Okay, guys, so we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. We didn't upload yesterday, or I didn't. Um, Time was very tight. So, with that, I have good news and not so good news. So, the good news is that we're here. The not so good news is that the last live I was at 2,000 something. Now we're at 1914. And that's because I had about 20 minutes to record, and I was like, all right, let me hop on and see if I can squeeze a live in. Because of that, I was rushing the games and didn't play very well. And I played two games, I think in like 15 minutes, I'm not sure. And two games, and they were like versus 1700s guys. So obviously that's like a 30-something point loss each person. So I was like, well, shit. Even within those 20 minutes, I was like, all right, well, I guess I might be able to still render this. And didn't even have time for that. And what's funny is the meeting I had to be at, the people were late. So I had to chew them out because, I just left not recording so that I can be on time, and then y'all are late. I don't like people that are late. But my rambling over. So I'm going to have to climb back up. Not really. I mean, as I said, right now I'm not shooting for number one. Waiting on the metagame to stabilize, and then we'll do an eventual road at some point. Since the last one was in January. But either way, enjoying the lives nonetheless. So I like Lilligant a lot in this matchup. Does well versus Goldie. Dragonite is lethal as well. Probably the most lethal depending on what his sets are. Dragapult as well. Depending on what his Heatran is. So Dragonite, Lilligant, Dragapult can't be guarded against once Stealth Rocks go up. Great Tusk is the rocker, but he does have less Cinderace. Samurott, there's no water resist other than his own Samurott, so that's good. Heatran's there to shut down everything under the sun. Under the sea, Sneasler is a bitch, but what I'm assuming is that it's likely going to be a mindless Samurott, ceaseless edging situation. If he does Sneasler, I have a big matchup advantage here. Obviously, because I can Draco Meter kill him. If he does stand and doesn't go to Heatran on the potential Draco Meter / Dragon Darts that he would be taking right now, then I can reposition into Great Tusk and it's fairly low risk. So that lets me know the level of player I'm playing, especially if he goes for Night Slash. Yeah, so he just mindlessly U-turns. And that looks banded, so that gives me insight. I mean, it's only 1783, so not shocking, but bad plays are bad plays, and I always assume the opponent should always make the best possible play. Landorus matters. I've seen Grass not on these, so it goes Landorus to go for Earthquake, which will then be followed up by a Stealth Rock. I'm gonna remove his item since the only purpose of this Great Tusk is to check said Sneasler. I mean, the Earthquake damage does matter. It does matter, but the removal of his leftover is going to matter versus my Dragonite, which we already discussed is going to be a big problem. All I need to do is force the Terra or find out what the Goldengo is. So Oster Earthquake again as we remove, say, Rocky Elemental. Okay, very well. So here comes the Stealth Rock, which is fine. As long as Pult doesn't die, he might Earthquake / U-turn. As we said, the best play once again. I could one-shot his Lando here. The reason I'm U-turning instead of just Dracoing is because the Heatran invites my Samurott in, so I might not just Draco here. Again, the opponent is playing like his brain has been outsourced to, yeah. So if this is an AV, and it is AV, well, it's not, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, my opponent's playing like his brain has been outsourced to the other world, which is a big deal because now he doesn't have a water resist. Like Samurai just comes in and kills them on every time. And these are things that need to be considered with every turn, right? Especially because you're going to court change. And I just Stealth Rock back. And there's not much downside. I thought you just Stealth Rock with the Lando. That's what you should have done. So just subtleties. Especially if now you're positioning your Goldengo in. Unless you're going to Terra. Goldengo is a free switch into Samurott, just again simple things like those, and you don't want Samurott coming in. So he may have Focus Blast or something like that, but we're always going to go Samurai there. Even if he has Focus Blast, we're Soul Vest, so it's not going to do shit. So Ouster Make It Rain, that does a lot to me, surprisingly. I guess I'm still a Samurai. I only have 250s per def. And so this allows for me to just Razor Shell straight up onto the incoming Sneasler, which will likely get a defense drop. Even if he doesn't go to Sneasler, he's -1 special attack on AV. Even if he were to risk staying in and hitting the Focus Blast, that will open up my Dragonite. And now that I know that he's Air Balloon, again, unless the Heatran is Terra and has Will-O-Wisp, then Dragonite 1v1s that Landorus shouldn't be able to touch Dragonite. I guess he could have Stone Edge. And, you know, even if all those things happen. So, Sneasler, defense drop, Aqua Jet, KO. That's if I don't get enough to where Aqua Jet can KO. So, that's the first KO for Samurott. The defense drop was irrelevant. I just don't know. I don't use these mons enough. That's why I'm loving the meta right now. Like, it's sure I was somewhat relearning the old one, but I was using, like, obviously just things that we were building, you know, Decidueye and Inteleon and Typhlosion. With these, I'm using relatively standard teams, hence, you know, being significantly higher on the ladder on average. Because it is harder with the old teams to get hacks and still win the games. Because a lot of the time the featured mon, look how much points we lost. The featured mon is not something that can switch into things unless it was Chestnut, right? Chess King. But yeah, he's just continue to play and enjoy. So immediately looking at the opponent's team. Once that Tinglu has been battered, which shouldn't be difficult, especially because Polt's going to continually lure Tinglu in, which lures Samurott in, which Ceaseless Edges, which, you know, all that good stuff. Though he has a Cinderace, I want to be careful about. But I think even more importantly, it's the Lilligant. Like, Lilligant is deadly. Sometimes I'll be wanting to put Terra Ghost on this instead of Ice Spinner, so I don't have to deal with Goldengo or Skeledirge or Static. We'll see. So let's break it down. What's Dragapult's purpose? Good. Lures in Tinglu, beats it down with repeated Draco / U-turn. More so U-turn. Once that U-turn occurs, I get the free switch into Lilligant, potentially where we can give off wide lens Leaf Blades. And if that's a choice Goldengo, a few of those, and I can Quiver Dance and one-shot it. Dragonite is inevitable. Like, that's truly what it is. That's Dragonite is inevitable. Great Tusk is just hazard control. It doesn't have any ground resist, so it is better than hazard control, but you know what I mean. Heatran is handsome as fuck, but more so for Valiant. It's very difficult for him to deal with Heatran, as you're gonna see if Tinglu is gone. And Samurott, I mean, come on. You know, Samurott does what Samurott does, you know what I'm saying? Tempted to, maybe, no, set's been working. I was gonna, like, you can run Taunt on this too, if it learns Taunt. But either way, we have to assess also what the biggest issues to us are, and that would be his fucking Excalibur. That thing to switch into is a beast. So phase 1 is going to involve Polt from a matchup standpoint. Cinderace, awful lead for my opponent unless he's packing Sucker Punch. If he's not packing Sucker Punch, then the Cinderace would hard switch out into Tinglu this turn. So what we're going to do is hard switch out into Great Tusk. Yep, so okay. And this is excellent for two reasons. One, he's going to leave the Tinglu in because they tend to do such things. And that leftovers being gone is a big deal in the long run, especially because it's either going to go for rocks or what's that move called that halves your health? Rocks or, you know, that move. So Ruination. And so again for Polt, because no ghost resist exists, and I do have Terra Ghost specs, so soon it will be 2-hit KO or 1-hit KOing everything on his team upon switching. I do want to be mindful of not letting his Excalibur get out of hand. So I'm not going to be quick to Terra, because that could be an issue. Vax is a beast, potentially. Yeah, I need to be careful around my team and Excalibur. Especially because Heatran, the best he can do is Magma Storm it. And one that boosts his attack, but also might miss. So Assuming it's not rocks backs, I actually need to get these rocks up fast. Yeah, we're gonna have to scout out his sets a bit. Banded backs would be the best case for me, but a DD variant could be annoying. So leave the Tinglu in, as I said, likely the rock / ruination. And this is excellent because this allows for me to rocks back. Unless this is not, oh, it's Balloon Goldie. I didn't think it'd be Balloon, but him spiking up that turn was insane for a lot of reasons. But I think the primary reason is that, one, you have to go for make your rain or whatever your strongest move is, which allows my Samurai to come in. And now you're giving me hazards versus a team that doesn't like hazards. You know what I mean? So these are the things you have to think about. Your team, I could have knocked there. I just didn't know if it was Balloon Goldie. It being Balloon does matter because my Dragonite can't be Balloon, and my Dragonite's, as I said, my Dragonite's inevitable. But him going for spikes, not having any hazard control beyond court change is a big deal. Now it does reduce the likelihood that I'll go for rapid spin potentially. You know, not necessarily because I can quiver dance and with these hazards up, plow through a seam, especially because Goldengo has confirmed itself to be air balloon, so I don't have to worry about choice scarf with my Lilligant and all these things. So Ceaseless Edge has to come out here as Toxapex likely comes in, but I know he doesn't want to go Pex on me, but I think he has to. He goes Valiant. Okay, so is this physical Valiant? Is this special Valiant? What we got going on? Also could well, if it's physical, so be it. I'm not tearing this. The Heatran's gonna get clobbered here, so be it. It is physical. Which was, Swords Dance there was an insane play for a lot of reasons. But it does mean I'll have to terror my Dragonite. Do I give Heatran up for this? What's my alternative? I could go Samurott. Because once he CCs my Tusk, thinking what do I win with? It's funny because I also could have had Terra and survived this, but I would knock him out. So protect first to get to ace close combat. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give up Samurai. I might not have been best to, because he might switch up moves. No. 81%. My Tusk can survive any hit and kill him. But as I said, I want to be careful about his back caliber. So let's say I go Tusks and knock him out here. I'll be very low. I don't want Dragon. I need his fucking Goldengo actually off the balloon. The best he can do is go for that one move. What's it called? Spirit Break. Yeah, I need to be mindful of how I'm playing out this end game, especially because my Lilligant's gonna have to take spikes and rocks since I won't be able to get rid of the hazards. Him being physical is a risky ass play. Needing him going for Tusk is so bulky, so I even still have enough health to rapid spin, and it's not easy for him to force me out. Because if he goes backs, he's gonna have to show his item. So he goes Goldie, which is blessed. So this allows me to go Heatran here. He may double, but I don't think so. That's too much to risk. Yeah, it's still best to just Magma Storm here. Tinglu coming in. That's why we do not fuck with Magma Storm. The opponent's gonna have to EQ because he can't risk my Tusk coming in. I'm not gonna play the Quiver Dance game, especially because he can't guard against the Lilligant. I'm actually gonna force his hand here. But as I said, I know he has the Earthquake. I'm actually gonna force his hand here because he either has to go hard Goldengo, or he has to Whirlwind, anticipating me to go for Victory Dance, right? And that's the beauty of it. Yeah, I force your hand, and I get pulled, which is great for Shadow Ball spam. But I'm not gonna Shadow Ball because I'd have to Terra to kill him, I think. And he might go to Toxapex. So the Tinglu is gone. Bro took a lot of value from me. And the big thing is that his Goldengo is still on the balloon. And my Dragonite can't touch his Goldengo. So I might have to position myself to try to sweep with. Because for example, right now, if I go... Man, I could have gotten rid of his balloon too. I thought I'd get other opportunities. I might still do so, but you know, him being on the balloon, he doesn't know how valuable that is. I can tell because he switched his wrist is Goldengo, losing his balloon twice. Because if I go Lilligant, he's gonna go Cinderace. But I have to go Lilligant from a positional standpoint. Now, what can end up happening is that, well, no, he's always going to just U-turn. Yeah. I suppose I didn't consider that. Why is my computer dying? Okay. And it's fucking heavy duty boost back. So I'm going to Magma Storm here. Please hit. I really need to hit this. This is big because now I get to protect and knock him out with extreme speed. He Dragonized again, which, okay. Yeah. It's fine. I think that's a waste of time, but this is big because now, let me see if he'd have to Earthquake here. I don't get it. Yeah. Oh, I thought Magma Storm. Okay. So I'm forced to Terra, which I didn't want to do, unless this is Terra Ghost. So what I don't want is for him to go to his Goldengo. But I didn't think he would. Yeah. It's far from over, but it's just a lot harder now. Especially because I went Lilligant first. Because now he's like, well, I'm trying to see if his Goldengo, if his Dragonite has something to touch my Goldengo. So now shit gets interesting because why is my computer going slow? My laptop's about to die and I don't know why. Okay, should be back now. So now Pex has to come in and take a hit. Now I can win with Dragapult potentially. Gives us Cinderace. I doubt it has Sucker. If it has Sucker, so be it. So be it. It took the Shuttle Ball really well. Jeez. So Toxapex comes in. If this Toxapex were to get a Toxic off, obviously it would be in a great position. Like Dragonite is no longer the savior, it's the Dragapult. But the thing about it is that I probably 2-hit KO Pex. Yeah. Any Toxics, yeah. I was gonna say I'd probably 2-hit KO Pex, which is a big deal. Now he gives a Goldengo Blessed. Alright, so maybe we can pull it out. It's just a matter of what the Pex's Terra is. I don't think he Terra'd yet. I did 42. So let's say it's Terra Fairy. I'll still risk the roll. They killed him. Okay, great. Because I mean, why would I switch out at 43 when Showdown typically? Now, there are better ways I could have played that out. My opponent took the risk he needed to take with the Goldengo, and it paid off. I didn't expect my Pult to do so much to his Toxapex, which makes sense now considering a lot of mons are physical in the meta. And my laptop literally is about to die, I think. Hold on. Why is this shit not charging? Hold on. Thankfully the battle... Okay, there we go. It's the weirdest thing. So my thing came out. And usually it just dies. I've had the fucking battery. I need to change the battery out actually. But I've just been lazy about it. So many things are being wrapped up finally that I've been working on for literally years. So June is a month of completion. So it's taking a lot of things one by one off my plate that would have prevented me from really going all in with the channel. And I've been saying this for a minute, but shit takes the time it takes, you know. There's no way around that. I love Dragonite in this matchup. In fact, I don't even know how he beats it. Gets hopes for the hacks with Volk, truth be told to you. No good pulse switching either. Especially if it's mindless Samurai. If he mindless Samurats it, then... And he also, Lilligant's handsome as fuck. Yeah, I'm still gonna pull. To cover for the mindless Samurai, I'm gonna pull here. Pull allows me to U-turn on his Ceaseless Edge. And the matchup for Pulse matchup versus the remainder of his team is incredible. I'm gonna aim to Dragapult sweep him. I mean Dragonite sweep him. Samurai should be able to guard against any kind of Volcarona with the Assault Vest. So I'm probably not gonna send out my, as I said, mindless Samurai, likely to mindless Ceaseless Edge. Who do I want to take that though? I actually want Great Tusk to take it. Yes, this shit's knockoff. I've never seen somebody not Ceaseless Edge. This guy's a revolutionary. So we obviously spin first. Well, if he Ceaseless Edge, no, we spin first. Because if he gets the defense drop, that might matter. I think Earthquake kills. What's my best player? Earthquake? Say Enamorous comes in and he's like, okay, I want to get my Enamorous in. Like, what do I do then? Because that thing is a problem for me. I'm actually open to Roxing. The Enamorous, the value I lose from Enamorous coming in is actually massive. That just dawned on me. Let's say he does go for the Aqua Aerial Ace. Okay. Very well then. I'm not rapid spinning the Enamorous because I won't be doing any damage to it afterwards anyway. If I had Ice Spinners, then yes, but actually I got a lot of value there. What Aerial Ace? For what? Chestnut? He didn't have Water Stab, it seemed, and he had Knockoff. Very interesting. So obviously here my opponent is going to anticipate the Dragapult and go for Earthquake / Knockoff. I am faster than his, which is a big deal. He actually spins first. I'm surprised by that. He knocked me out. What? Knockoff rapid spin. Very interesting. I mean, I need this beat down for my Dragonite. So I didn't get my rocks back. What the fuck? I mean, I couldn't get them back up versus anything else. So I don't regret my play. It's just he must have gotten a really high roll on that. Let's say that I go Lilligant here and Quiver. He would... I don't know if this has to be his rocker. So he probably has rocks and knock. So could go Dragapult here and Shadow Ball. I'd lose my item, which I mean, at least it would stop it. It forces Great Tusk to stay in. Yeah, I'm dead, but I'm pretty much dead, but interesting. I wonder what this does. That apparently. Yeah, I need to be careful around these beasts. Because he's playing so oddly that I'm like, there must be some purpose for this, right? Like, certainly it's not just random stuff after random stuff. But he's not playing... only Banded CC would kill me. I'm gonna go Lilligant. Trailblaze, interesting. Could Terra Ghost and kill him. which I will do. The reason I'm not, if I was Terra Blast Ghost, I'd Quiver Dance. Now if I miss, things get rough. The reason I'm Terroring is because I don't want him to switch out. Please hit. Okay, it's not over. It's not over. It's not over. I don't think I died to Surging Strikes, but that is very, very frustrating. He has Drain Punch. My fucking god. Actually, I'm super frail. Let me see. Let me calc this before I sack this to Surging Strikes, because I doubt he has anything that can touch my Dragonite. Urshifu. Urshifu. Rapid Strike. Short Choice Scarf. Lilligant. What's the timer? 60 seconds. Is it Lilligant? Terra Ghost. Surging Strikes does 84 that I'm dead. Great. Wonderful. But hey, it's you know, it's that move for a reason, right? Say Swords Dances. Yeah, this might lose me the game. Actually, yeah. Earthquake did 61. I doubt Extreme Speed's not doing 39. If it doesn't, this fucking whack. Okay, it goes. It's one thing if he got the static, but bro got the static the first fucking turn. It's all love though. It's all love though. I got my Sui and Samurott, which is what I'm banking on really pulling this through, particularly versus this motherfucker right here, because I have Heatran and D-Knight for potential. So I gotta give up something here. It's gonna be Lilligant, Moonblast, it's a Ice Spinner. I really need to get a defense drop here. Oh, he spexed. Fuck me, bro. Nah, I'm fucked. Actually, I should Earth Power here. Urshifu will die to Earth Power. I'm not fucked. I can still win. I'll just have to predict very well. If he's Terra. Okay. Guess it's Spadef drop, which may matter. We'll see. He doesn't know I have Protect. But it doesn't matter unless he doubles T. And him being Specs was big. Terra Water. Yeah. Oh wow, this is close to a 2-hit KO. Doesn't matter though, because the Urshifu doesn't die from extreme speed, the range it's at. Pokemon, my friends. This so I wasted the Terra. If I didn't Terra, two things, if he didn't get the static, then this would be different. I guess I can crit the, like, how could I possibly win this? I needed for him to Earth Power here. Or switch into Urshifu here for some fucking reason. Yeah. Yeah, you should never switch. Yeah. That's so lame, man. That's so fucking lame. I wish I had Flame Body so badly right now. He Drain Punched! Oh my god. Well, now I need a crit. I need a crit for sure. I don't get it. Man, that is so lame. His Urshifu should be dead. It is what it is. I didn't expect him to be spexed. So I played it in a way where Samurai would be able to take any hit from the Enamorous, but him being spexed threw me off. So I'm pleased with how I played that, given the risks of every turn. Now I know specs is a thing. But I mean, what else would I have done there? Go ahead and Heatran and scouted, but then he could Calm Mind or something like that. I suppose I could have kept Pult at full and not let the Tusk hit me, but honestly I didn't think he would just fucking sack the Tusk. Like if I Draco'd instead of Shadow Ball that turn, his Tusk would have died. So again, the opponent didn't play very well, but you know, that's the risk of using Lilligant. You miss your shit. So yeah, just gotta live with it. It's gonna be our last game. Should really kill my vibe, not gonna lie. That would have put us at probably 1960. But it is what it is. I'll try to sweep this guy with D-Knight if I can. If we can, you know, miracles. Lilligant is obviously good. Man, I think Terra Ghost. Like all these matchups, I'm like, yeah, Ice Spinner is cool. Like it forces you not to have to Terra, right? But the damn static, like getting the status is just really fucking common, and it's annoying the shit out of me. Zapdos is an awful lead, just absolutely awful. I do sense mindless Volt Switch, or risking the discharge. I'm like right here, I shouldn't risk the discharge, but if he doesn't get the para, I'm in a sweet spot for Lilligant and Dragonite. So and bro went Slowking Galar, so he's clearly AV, which means he probably doubles back, but because I mean, well, you know, he invites Samurai, invites Ceaseless Edge. I'll let him. I could double Draco here. I guess Urshifu coming in would be an issue. Let's double Draco here for the Urshifu pivot. Future Sights. I didn't expect Future Sight, but now he should be able to go to Urshifu freely. Because Samurott is obvious, which repositions and so he got the edge this time. Good shit. As I said, this was obvious, but maybe Future Sight plus okay, so that gave me a lot of insight as to the type of player I'm playing. The Slowking Future Sight turn there, for a lot of reasons, as you'll end up seeing. And I could let my Heatran survive and not Terra. Do I need Terra normal to win? Because if he's Surgings and I Magma Storm and create my Heatran, do I need Terra normal? Don't need it. I lose a lot of value. I'll lose an entire Mon if I switch here. I'm gonna Terra Water Magma Storm because I know he's gonna Surging. If I trap him and he's banded, based on the damage I think he is, please hit. Hey, it's not 100% accurate, right? Just gotta make do. So I lost a lot of value there, obviously. Urshifu being trapped there would have been a different game, because I really need this weekend, especially since my Dragonite's not gonna Terra. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So right there, would be the position, 56% last turn, and I would have Earth Power and killed this with the Magma Storm damage. If not kill him, he's very low to where Samurott can kill everything on his team. Look at his team and look at Samurott. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the simple things like that. But we're just gonna move forward. I'll have to deal with his Zapdos a different way. The upside is that he has no good ghost resist, so typically players play very mindlessly, and that's the one edge I have going for me. And I have the defensive strongholds in that. Most of his team I have almost a straight up counter for. So if he Urshifus again, I just hard Dragonite again and rinse and repeat. As he Oscar Zapdos, this is where Heatran, as I said, I'll have to find a different answer for the Zapdos. Like Heatran would have been the solution to this, but because of my own things, Heatran is no longer a solution to this. And I got pretty much nothing out of it. I don't want him discharge spamming. My Dragonite technically can set up on Zapdos. In fact, it could sweep this guy. And that's what I'm keeping it tucked for. It could sweep without even any need for anything else. Like, it's that good. Okay, fair enough. So he hits his Hurricane. Good for him. Must be lovely. As we just fire off a Shadow Ball, especially because the Slowking took 2 Dracos. That's going to play a role here. Especially if you do mindlessly Hurricanes. Maybe he's offensive, but that won't really matter. It matters if he doesn't have any HP, I guess. I know I won't die in one go to any Hurricane unless it's Choice Spec Zapdos. And so Zapdos being gone would open up my Lilligant significantly as well. That means I don't have to worry about static when I set up. I'd have to just be concerned about the Goldengo. Spikes matters, so Roost. Okay, that's fine. Because this should be a 2-hit KO. Roaring Moon is something I'm glad to see, though. He's going to U-turn back into Zapdos. Which, again, this is why I was reluctant to Terra. But the Zapdos has one thing going for it that I know it doesn't want to deal with, and it's the fact that it has to hit Hurricane. Now, the way my opponent's shit is going, it seems like that's a guarantee. But let's see. Yeah. I'm still gonna win. But this is funny. I gotta laugh at this shit. You know what I mean? This is funny. Thankfully, I didn't die. That's a blessing. But this is funny. But the game's far from over. Far from over. Yeah. For me to win, I need him to not get very lucky. Which is a tall order, I know. But Dragonite is that good. Especially because he does dumb shit like this. So it's a very bad play because you lose value on 2 mons, Roaring Moon and Slowking. Now he can U-turn every time. He Roost. Okay, he has Roost on this. That's no bueno. It's actually not bueno at all. Actually, that's not that bad. If he's Roost, then and U-turn. This is some shit that probably can't touch my Dragonite. So this is an irrelevant Pokemon as far as I'm concerned. Question is, what do I want to go for next? Rocks or knockoff? If I knock off, then if I get rocks later on, the Zapdos gets punished. What I don't want to do is knock off into Urshifu. Okay, it does go Zapdos. So what we're gonna have to do now is play a bit with fucking hacks. Because he just has the edge. My Dragonite can DD up on this. But I didn't want to, because I have to force him out with my Dragapult. And I can't do that right now. Or have Lilligant positioned for power. So I guess the day he fucking misses a Hurricane, that's the day we're gonna get some value out of this. Probably has Discharge too. So he Volt Switches, which means he might not have Discharge. And Heat Wave is his last move. If that's the case, because otherwise, why wouldn't you Discharge? So that's great news for me. Because now it's likely going to be Landorus. Going to mindless Landorus. I'm going to intimidate you. It's going to mindless Landorus. Yup. And this is why I got them fucking motherfucking Stealth Rocks, because now I want to preserve my roosts. But I think my Dragonite matches up well versus his Zapdos. So bro really went back for a U-turn. Again, I'm scouting because I know Dragonite is king. And if the way he's playing is Zapdos did... It's going to do about half with Hurricane, which is too much. I think he only has... Bro does never misses a fucking Hurricane. Okay. The Ceaseless Edge is going to matter for the late game. So we're just setting up for success. He is timid. He's max special. He's max speed and probably max special attack. So that's good to know. That is good to know. I wasted my Samurai as far as the Ceaseless Edge goes, but the Urshifu is banded, so once I get the DD up, it won't matter. I just need to find out what his Goldengo is. If it's Air Balloon, then, you know, that's a bitch. Question is, this Lander is Choice Scarfed or not? And if it is, that's even kind of better, but not at the same time. If I go Tusk, I'm gonna get... No, I'll actually go Lilligant first. If he is not Choice Scarfed, then he will use... If he's... Dude! Dude! I want him to go to Goldengo. So if this is Scarf, I doubt his Goldengo is Scarf. Yeah. So it might be Balloon, and I get to hit him with the Balloon. Dude. Bruh. Stop hacking me, dude. So it took Rocks, and it took... It's probably like Cobra Cloak or something. Alright, so things are looking up for my Dragonite. Especially if I have multi-scale intact. I have to scare this out. So I have to do Sack Lilligant. He goes to Recover though, which is risky. Because I could hard hit Dragon Bolt. But, so we're going to be staring down Slowking Galar here. I just need the data I need. That's all. Now your Roaring Moons. I'll give up Tusk on his Roaring Moon. He's at the heavy duty boots. He may have Dragon Claw. That could be an issue. But I'm not giving up. So again, we're gonna give up Great Tusk versus his Zapdos. If he can finally miss a Hurricane, that would be lovely. I'm surprised my Polt lived a crit. Maybe he's not offensive. Maybe he's just max speed. But his moves were doing way too much to my offensive Samurai. I mean my AV Samurai. But it is a stab Hurricane, so you know 50% is a lot. But he's max speed, which means he doesn't have a lot of defense, which means he doesn't take a lot of damage to Dragon Dance with my Dragonite. But my D-Knight will need to set up on something very particular, very specific. And it's going to depend on what this Roaring Moon's moveset is. And I think he's starting to realize, like, okay, the Dragonite could be an issue in the late game. I need to be careful. So Rapid Strike is the best case scenario for me. Unless this is... I don't want him to be able to switch up move. Well, let me see. Dragonite taking... What could this use? This could have... I guess it could have Ice Spinner. I don't want it to have Ice Spinner. It's Terra Water, which is good for us. Like, that's like amazing. Now I don't have to worry about Terra and Goldengo. Now, I could go to Dragonite and Dragon Dance. The issue with that is if the Landers has Stone Edge. If I go to Dragapult, Shadow Ball. If I go to Dragonite and Dragon Dance, I'll take a ton from this Surging Strike. I actually don't want to take the Surging Strike. Question is, do I want to U-turn here? Is Zapdos no, Zapdos I think is max HP, max speed, because it didn't even take half from my Spec Shadow Ball. I can win even if, so he sacks Goldie, which means he's going to try to go back to Roaring Moon and U-turn. Which I can't do anything about. If he goes Urshifu, that means he has Ice Spinner. Yeah, he has Ice Spinner. Which means that I need to crit E-Speed. Oh, fucking justice. Oh, my justice. Oh, my justice. For all the motherfucking misses I done got this game. You didn't miss. Your Urshifu should be dead. As I told you, my Heatran terrored because his Urshifu would be dead. Bro gotta crit every other turn. So now it's up to whether or not he has Stone Edge or not. He does. I need him to miss one. Oh, fuck. Well, it didn't pay off in the end, but it is what it is. So, you know how this shit usually goes. You're not too bothered by it. I don't mind losing to hacks, since if I could have won. I mean, I won't say I don't mind losing to it, but if I could have won, it's like, okay, well, you're gonna need. My thing is the competitive. Like, if hacks is why a person won, it's like, alright, yeah, whatever. I can't control that aspect of the game, but I do not like, y'all know, I do not like losing because I misplay. So everything else, I'm at peace with it. So hopefully y'all enjoyed. I think we're literally lower than we were after that loss, or exactly where we started, when we should be like 1970, 1980 right now. So yeah, hit the like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.